Every generation faces a frontier. For ours, the frontier is not space or technology alone. It is the untapped value lying dormant across Africa. Where others see risk, we see composition. Where others see absence, we see potential waiting to be awakened. This presentation is a vision first shared with the World Trade Organization. It is a strategy for resurrecting Africa's dead capital through tokenization and modern portfolio theory. A framework that reframes health, labor, science, and infrastructure as investable assets, positioning Africa at the efficient frontier of global trade and resilience. Let's begin by understanding why this matters so profoundly. Africa shoulders nearly a quarter of the world's disease burden, yet receives less than 3% of global investment capital directed into health, infrastructure, innovation, or productive development. This contradiction is not an African weakness. It is a market inefficiency. Dead capital is not absence, it is dormancy. Land without titles, labor without participation, science without financing, and community resilience uncounted in economic ledgers. Where trade systems fail to recognize value, value remains asleep. Now, let's look closer at the challenge beneath the numbers. Across Africa, land remains largely informal and therefore non-tradable. The continent's labor force, the youngest globally, is underutilized. Science and health, despite their high impact potential, remain undercapitalized. And community resilience, though strong, is economically invisible. These assets are not missing, they are dormant. The challenge before us is to awaken them, ethically and intelligently, by making them investable and visible to capital markets. From here, the question becomes, how do we awaken dormant value? Harry Markowitz showed that risk declines when assets with divergent behaviors are composed together. Tokenization translates this principle into real-world human and health assets. By converting health, labor, science, and infrastructure into digital tokens, we make them tradable, investable, and impact-driven. This is not risk avoidance. It is risk composition, where each token's behavior offsets another's volatility. This brings us to the heart of the solution, where theory meets technology. So we're going to look at what this portfolio looks like. Imagine a portfolio designed not only for financial return, but for civilization itself. TokenBrick provides modular real estate and logistic hubs, enabling health facilities and biotech zones. Mumbai Token focuses on maternal and neonatal health, reducing disease burden at the highest leverage point. Ubrica One establishes scientific and manufacturing hubs, producing medical technology domestically. Actuate Token builds decentralized science and health networks, ensuring universal access. The Economic Justice Token monetizes labor and community capital, funding local participation. And Action Finance accelerates liquidity, ensuring sustained health investment flows. Together, these tokens form a stable optimization cluster. Mumbai resists volatility, TokenBrick anchors stability, Action accelerates growth, Actuate spreads long-tail risk, and EJT captures social momentum. As Ido Koye puts it, the efficient frontier is not merely a mathematical arc, it is the curve of civilization redeemed through strategy. Imagine for a moment what this portfolio means for health itself. Health, then, is not a cost. It is capital. Tokenization and portfolio theory transform healthcare from aid-dependent spending into an investable asset class. Disease-adjusted life years reduction becomes a measurable return on investment. Communities participate directly in funding health access, while on-chain transparency stabilizes medical planning and ensures auditable flows. In this way, portfolio theory applied to health tokenization turns spend into strategy, impact that compounds into productivity and trade efficiency. And so health is reframed, not as charity, but as capital. This vision aligns perfectly with global priorities. Tokenization unlocks informal capital, advancing trade efficiency. It integrates labor and community capital, driving economic inclusion. It diversifies global trade risk through human health assets, strengthening resilience. It empowers decentralized science economies, fueling innovation. And it converts health access into productivity growth, ensuring sustainable development. As the saying goes, where trade expands, civilization follows. Where health access expands, civilization endures. Aligned with this vision are the priorities of global trade. The roadmap unfolds in 3 phases. First, design. Establish a tokenized trade intelligence group, formalize partnerships, and create a regulatory sandbox. Second, implementation. launch a hybrid trade and health token fund, deploy pilot tokens in critical regions, and integrate disability-adjusted life years, DALYs, based returns. Third, expansion. Scale tokenization to education, agriculture, and energy, and create a global token trade index that benchmarks these assets worldwide. The path forward unfolds in clear phases. The expected outcomes are transformative. Within 5 years, capital mobilized into African health systems could double. DALYs could be reduced by 15 to 20%. Infrastructure investment could accelerate by 50%. Trade liquidity from local assets could rise by 35%. And productive labor participation could increase by up to twofold. What outcomes can we expect if this architecture is embraced? To achieve this, diplomacy must move first. Africa should be declared a strategic capital stabilization zone. A tokenized health and trade fund should be launched. And DLY impact should be recognized as a legitimate trade metric. As Ido Koye expressed with clarity, we do not trade commodities. We trade in futures redeemed. To make this real, diplomacy must move first. Harry Markowitz taught that diversification saves systems from collapse. Africa's undervalued assets, land, labor, science, resilience, are the most effective diversification tools for trade stability and health access today. Tokenization is not merely a technology. It is a covenant to convert human potential into measurable, tradable value. We do not invest in markets. We invest in life extended. We do not trade commodities. We trade in futures redeemed. And as Macharia Warunji reminds us, let us not only liberalize trade, let us liberate value where it sleeps. Tokenize what Africa has. Finally, let us reflect on the covenant behind the technology. Thank you for joining this journey. To explore these ideas in depth, from on-chain health economics to portfolio design for DALY-linked performance, add our book Healthcare on Blockchain to your reading list. It is available at lulu.com, and the link will be in the description box. And before we close, an invitation to go deeper with us. Let me introduce the Actuate Society for Decentralized Science, an initiative powering this vision. Actuate is pioneering decentralized health economics and science innovation. We build bridges between communities, researchers, and capital markets, turning dormant value into measurable, tradable impact. Our mission is simple yet profound: to design the future of health access and economic justice by harnessing decentralized science. We invite partners, innovators, and everyday citizens to join us in this journey. Because where decentralized science meets human potential, civilization finds its most resilient frontier. Connect with us through our website actuate.bio or contact us directly at info@actuate.bio. Let us shape this future together.